Guys, we're giving it a try.
These discussions may contain viewpoints that are the result of misinformation. Remember to seek out experts and to be critical of your own biases while forming an opinion.
Remember to seek out experts and be critical of your own biases.
Still getting ads. No, it's not ad blocker. Why the fuck would I have ad blocker if I have money for a Twitch sub, YouTube Premium and P-Hub Premium? Fuck this shit LLL.
I don't know.
Please see the humanity in each participant, and as always, we encourage empathy.
Okay, I'll try my best. These will contain discussion of sensitive topics that may upset some viewers. Be advised. I'm advised.
You're equating some minor inconveniences in your privileged life to
why would you assume my life is privileged?
Unsupported.
But why would you see my life as privileged, though? I mean, I don't say that about you. Why would you see my life as privileged?
I'm privileged.
Jesus,
okay,
I like that.
Why would you see my life as privileged?
For one, you're a man.
Damn. Guys, I like confrontation. This is good.
Has no right.
Guys, what's been missing from Jubilee is confrontation and mildness, and it seems like the duo maybe has a little bit kick of mildness. I like that.
To tell people what to do with their body.
The government has no right to tell people what to do with their. Man, I can't read for shit. And
vaccines.
Yeah, I don't think the government has the right to tell you what you want to do with your...
Sorry.
Okay. I stood here because of vaccines, but I know a lot of you guys probably look at me like, oh, what about abortion? Now, the thing is, when it comes to abortion, two bodies are involved. It's the woman and it's the fetus. The fetus, you know, has a heartbeat, it has DNA. It should have rights.
When?
Life begins at conception.
That's not when the heart's there.
Heartbeat starts at 4 weeks. It's not just a clump of cells, it is life. At 21 weeks, it can live outside of the womb. Abortion ends with murder and death.
Over 90% of abortions happen within the first 10 weeks.
That's still, I think that's not acceptable.
But they still have the potential of having life, though. The mortality rate of...
Yeah, guys, I just feel like if you're... Guys, I take no sides, okay, because I don't get political, okay. But I feel like if you make a standard statement and you say, oh, I'm not gonna say anything. If you say, I just feel like, as a basic thing that you say verbally, okay, I feel like you're gonna get smoked on specifics, and what do you call that again? Semantics. If you say, oh, heart and DNA, because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, animals have that. You know, I think. Do they not? Do they? Do animals have DNA?
Of a fetus getting aborted is 100%. It's going to die when it's aborted.
And you're very lucky you'll never have to experience what it's like to have to make that choice.
But what if I become a father?
Exactly. So the only basis is that something has a heart and a DNA. Well, we do a lot of. I'm not, dude.
And, you know,
you
the
get what
woman
I mean, I think.
who I got pregnant wants to have an abortion. It's going to affect me.
You would have a discussion with your partner then and decide what you're going to do and be glad that you have a choice to even discuss with that partner.
Unfortunately, human nature, if you take away the option or the right to do that, then they'll find it another way.
And it will be unsafe.
And would you support the mom? Would you support the mom in that scenario?
If the mom had an abortion or the
No,
mom went...
No, if she gave birth.
Oh, of course. I would support her. I'd say what you do is a good thing. And
No. Support her financially for the rest of her life or for the rest of the baby's life.
Are you talking about, like, what do you mean me support her? Like, as a citizen or?
If somebody has a baby.
We do have child support, and it comes from taxpayer money.
There's foster care, there's adoption, there's mothers waiting.
Those systems are very broken, and people all the time are trying to stop funding for programs like that.
Now, I want to ask you guys, do you support vaccine mandates?
Yes.
So I mean, you stepped forward and said the government shouldn't tell you what to do with your body, though. Why would you support?
My issue is that I believe that the government should not be able to tell me what to do with my body, but I have to accept the consequences for the choices that I make with my body. The vaccines, for instance, I absolutely felt that.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go in public, dude. I'm gonna start spitting on people's faces, dude. I'm gonna spit in their mouth, dude, from long range. I'm gonna say, laws against that. I can do whatever I want with my body, bitches. I can spit, spew, I can cough, and sneeze on your stupid ass, man. I can do whatever the fuck I want with my body, pussy. What even is that? What kind of argument is that? What? It's stupid. It's stupid. If you are potentially infected with something, okay, and you say fuck the mandates, fuck the whatever, fuck the mask, fuck what, and you start breathing on people and shit, and you're infecting them, dude. This has nothing to do with you doing your body. It's what it does to somebody else, to their body. Your freedom ends where the freedom of somebody else's begins.
That everyone should get vaccinated. Why?
Once you do something that can affect somebody else in front of you, now you're impeding on their freedom. Dumb fuck.
Because this was a pandemic. But if you don't want to, I don't think the government should have to tell you that you have to. But you then have to suffer the consequences of your choices, which means you cannot patronize certain places. You can't put other people at risk.
I know you're saying they're doing it to...
How's that a good analogy? How is that a horrible take? How's that a horrible take? If you do something that affects somebody else, how is that fair for them? How is it? It's not. How am I reaching? You're so stupid.
Protect us. But the coronavirus has, I think, a survival rate of almost 98%, 99%, and we're mandating these vaccines. Why are we not mandating the flu?
What's frightening to me is that you're equating some minor inconveniences in your privileged life to
Why would you assume my life is privileged?
Unsupported.
Vaccines doesn't stop the spread. Hey man, I'm gonna say something crazy. Ready? I say, hey man, I own this house, right? And I'm doing a party tonight. You can only come in if you're wearing a red hat or a blue jacket. And you come in and you don't have one. Okay, well you don't come in. But I'm nah, dude, you just don't get in. End of story. If you want to come in, we'll get a blue jacket or get a red hat. I don't give a fuck.
Why would you say my life is privileged, though? You don't know my life. I mean, I don't say that about you. Why would you say my life is privileged?
I'm privileged.
Okay, that's fine, but why would you say my life is privileged?
For one, you're a man.
Okay,
you know,
let me reel this back. This is getting spicy for no reason.
Why are we not mandating the flu?
What's frightening to me is that you're equating some minor inconveniences in your privileged life to
Why would you assume my life is privileged?
Unsupported.
But why would you say my life is privileged, though? You don't know my life. I mean, I don't say that about you. Why would you say my life is privileged?
I'm privileged.
I think what she meant is that you can get the vaccine for free relatively easily. I think she meant by that. I don't think she meant privileged overall. I think she meant in that regard. Privileged in that regard. You know? I think that's what she meant. I could be wrong though.
Okay, that's fine, but why would you say my life is privileged?
For one, you're a man.
You know, most people commit suicide
okay.
are men. Most people who work in dangerous workplaces are men. Most people who fight in war are men.
And who set that system up?
Men.
I'm going to ask the disagreeers to step forward.
Well, I think I give a unique perspective on this because I actually do agree with the vaccine mandate. I think COVID was just a huge disaster, and I think it could have ended a lot sooner if things were more organized.
Okay.
Definitely. As far as
about 90% true Andy, 10% utopia Andy, but still
whether
pretty
the
good.
government should intervene on people's bodies, I think there are a lot of instances where the government should. One, to protect the society in general, especially in cases such as a pandemic where the disease could literally wipe out cities. In other instances as well, such as drug use, I think the government should intervene because when you have a society that's addicted to opioids or crack, it spreads like wildfire, and I've seen it firsthand. It's very difficult to control without the help of government. Now, on the topic of abortion, that one's, very complex. And in general, I always want to favor a woman's right to choose. But I think there's also a very fundamental question that both of you brought up is at what point is a fetus a human or a person? Let's say a child is 8 months in the womb, and at that point, the baby has a heart, the baby has a brain, has legs.
Guys, for this part, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stay silent, okay? Not because of one side or the other. I don't know shit, so I don't say anything. Don't say, you don't say anything because you're for this side. No. So what I do, okay, is that overall, I don't say when I'm for or against something, just as a baseline, so nobody can track whether it's because I'm for or against something. I'm just saying, because I want to make people fucking bald.
Has arms. Do you think it's okay for that to be terminated?
Nobody is doing that. And nobody is having abortions with viable fetuses unless it is a medical emergency that will kill the baby and the mother.
My name is Ben. I'm a business consultant for a telecom company, and I'm a
How
liberal.
am I a waste of space because I'm not your fucking of your opinion and I'm not going crazy? Dude, I don't know enough about a certain topic. I don't take a stance, dumb fuck. It's that simple. I don't have the tools or the knowledge required to make a conclusion. Therefore, I don't make a conclusion and spread it to people who probably don't have the information either. Dumbass.
Dad. When it comes to the abortion company, and I'm a
How
liberal.
am I a waste of space because I'm not your fucking of your opinion and I'm not going crazy? Dude, I don't know enough about a certain topic. I don't take a stance, dumb fuck. It's that simple. I don't have the tools or the knowledge required to make a conclusion. Therefore, I don't make a conclusion and spread it to people who probably don't have the information either. Dumbass.
Oh, Dad. When it comes to the abortion issue, I am not and I'm a
How
liberal.
am I a waste of space because I'm not your fucking of your opinion and I'm not going crazy? Dude, I don't know enough about a certain topic. I don't take a stance, dumb fuck. It's that simple. I don't have the tools or the knowledge required to make a conclusion. Therefore, I don't make a conclusion and spread it to people who probably don't have the information either. Dumbass.
Oh, Dad. When it comes to the abortion issue, I am not exactly sure where I stand. I am not pro-choice or pro-life.
My name is Dawn. I'm a regional sales manager for a dialysis company as well as a therapist, and I'm a liberal parent. As far as my views on abortion, to be honest, it just makes me very sad. I can't believe that we are moving backwards by taking people's rights away to choose what's happening to their body.
Not being an LGBTQ plus ally makes someone...
Not being an LGBTQ plus ally makes someone a bad person.
a bad person.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna be careful with this one. I'm gonna be careful with this. I don't think it makes them a bad person because sometimes some people have religion or certain beliefs. That doesn't mean that they're an enemy, but as long as they don't radiate that and they're not against somebody, whatever the fuck they do is on their thing, and they should see the other people the same way. Whatever people do or are, whatever. I give no fuck, dude. You don't have to be against something. Guys, I've been preaching this for decades, yo. I've been saying it, dude, ever since my first statement. You never have to be for something. All you have to do is make sure you're not against something and you're chilling. You will never be in the wrong if you do that. I consider myself an ally, but I think,
A bad person.
It's strong,
It's
isn't it? It's a little
it's a
strong.
general way to put it. I would question someone's empathy.
That's it.
And their awareness of the other people around them, because I guarantee you know someone that's
Absolutely,
LGBTQ.
and their environment.
Right. Discussing the validity of the existence of other human beings isn't a political issue. That's like...
What does that mean have an opinion? I don't get it. I have an opinion. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of judgment, and people are gonna kind of roll you if you say, I'm not an ally or whatever the fuck, right? But sometimes some people will explain, they'll be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Some people are born in certain religious backgrounds, certain families, they are literally fucking jammed into some systems and some beliefs. That's just how it happens, okay? Should I outcast them and punch them because of that? I don't think so. I think that's not, I don't think that's okay.
It's there. whether you
There's
like it
something
or not.
wrong with you
Yes.
if you like, no, trans people don't exist. Obviously they do. I would like to think that it's a safer world
Yes.
to be LGBTQ, but that
Yes.
would be naive.
Of course.
People are getting
So what?
safer world
Yes.
to be LGBTQ, but they do. I would like to think that it's a safer world
Yes.
to be LGBTQ, but that
Yes.
would be naive.
Of course.
People are getting murdered for being trans. You know,
yes. Yes.
and gay. It's scary. I have 3 kids. I have 3 boys.
Oh.
One of them is trans. I worry that,
2 years, baby.
I mean, for however progressive a new generation seems, that, you know, I have to think about, will there be violence done? Which, I mean, every parent worries about violence. That's part of the gig of being a parent.
Yes.
And I've got an extra, I've got a new
Don't be
layer.
rude. Don't be rude, motherfuckers.
My child
Don't be rude,
is in
motherfuckers.
a wonderfully privileged situation where they have a lot of support.
Okay. That helps.
You can make that argument about anything. Oh, okay. Then yeah, man, yeah, go fuck them up, man. The people who aren't something another way, dude. If they're fucking born in a certain family and they're jammed to a certain mentality, dude, fuck these suckers, man. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude. What the fuck is that?
As they get older, their circle gets wider. And my sphere of influence gets less effective as they get older, you know?
motherfucker. When I was a kid, okay, I used to go to I used to go to the church, okay, and we used to read books and shit, okay, motherfucker, okay, we used to read the books and okay, I would do all this shit. I don't even know what the fuck Jesus Christ or the fucking cross was. I thought the Arch of Noe was a fucking fairy tale, yo. I know, but if I continue to get into the church, did what? I'm telling you, I didn't make choices. I was just jammed into it as a whatever. Oh, this chat. I can't fucking do this shit today, man.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I am a liberal parent. One of my children came out as trans 2 years ago. Mine and my husband's response was, that's great. Would you like to go by these pronouns? And would you like to pick out a name? Let's make sure that we talk to a gender specialist so we know what options there are, and we'll just take this one step at a time. We'll move forward with the best information possible.
Can they disagree a step forward?
Motherfucker, people that are so defensive about everything, being a bunch of bitches, okay? If I have to change one word in my entire vocabulary, one word, to make a bunch of people happy and feel more accepted, whatever, so be it, man. If I, instead of saying, hey, bruh, I have to start saying like, hey, another thing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, man. I'm not gonna stop. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's to me, it's not, oh yeah, but I gotta protect you, man. Nah, shut up.
I can provide a unique perspective on this because I'm actually bisexual. So I think not being an ally, as long as you're not harming people, you're not harassing people, you're not posting.
Yo, in French, okay, if you go to somebody's house,
I think the same way they think not.
Shut up, bitch ass mother sucker. Shut up. Okay, sorry, that was a 34-month free sub, not even a prime either. That was good. I'm sorry about that. What the fuck was that? Sorry about that. I'll replay your download in a minute. Sorry, that was kind of rude. I didn't read. Sorry about that. Guys, listen. In French, yo, if you go to somebody's house, okay, and you meet somebody's parents, okay, you don't say hello, you. You say hello, they. Okay, everybody knows this. Okay, if you have any sort of civility, or you're courteous, or you're nice, or you're well raised, you say hello, they. That's what we say in French. We say vous. Vous. We don't say tu. If you say tu, you're a dumb fuck. We say vous. Hello. Then, if it's somebody normal, you say veux-tu. That means would you like? Voudrez-vous? Veux-tu? But then instead you say voulez-vous? Voulez-vous avoir un peu d'eau? Voulez-vous? Right? It's they. Okay? Is it breaking my brain to have to do that? I don't give a fuck, dude.
Posting on social media that these people suck, then I don't think you're a bad person for that.
As a Christian, I don't think that being LGBTQ aligns with God's view of the family. It doesn't mean that I will disrespect them in any way. I just think that it's
Wait, so what now?
Being LGBTQ aligns with God's view of the family. It doesn't mean that I will disrespect them in any way. I just think that it's a sin.
As far as your faith is concerned, what would happen if your child came out to you that they were gay, bisexual, trans?
I think that if the sin is not practiced upon...
Guys, the only thing I'm confused, guys, I'm not trying to be, again, I'm gonna play the video, I'm done with this, guys. Is that there's so many places and there's so many different gods, I just don't know which one is the one. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what the beliefs are. I know what I choose. I choose not to partake because I don't know what the fuck is happening.
It's not a problem. It can be dealt with, especially with transitioning. It usually comes from mental problems like depression, anxiety, and all those things.
So you think they can be kind of taught to not be gay?
No, I think
Pray the gay away.
You support conversion therapy?
No, I don't think that we can convert anyone into doing anything. I would not ostracize my child, but I would not support it, just like I don't support any sin.
So I think that if you want to be transgender, you could.
See, what she's saying is very disingenuous, right? She's saying, I wouldn't ostracize them, but I wouldn't support it. So they would do a bunch of things that would end into them being ostracized in a way, or them ostracizing themselves. But at least I didn't ostracize them. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's just
could be transgender.
A fucking dog shit mentality. Oh, I'm gonna look at them weird. I'm gonna say weird comments. I'm gonna say dumb shit. I'm gonna say a bunch of. I'm gonna act. I'm gonna cut them off. But at least I'm not gonna push them out of the house. What even is that, man?
We live in again, I said, a free nation. But if you're asking for my opinion, I believe that men and women are completely different. We have different chromosomes, different bone structure. If you are a transgender woman, I still view you as a man. You could express yourself as a woman. That's fine. But I don't believe that society should automatically, say that, okay, you're a woman. Let's say, for instance, there's a 18-year-old biological man, but says that they are a woman now. They still have male genitalia. They could walk into a woman's locker room and show off their male genitalia. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's okay.
That's not happening.
It is happening.
What the fuck in a bathroom did you go? That people drop their pants and pull their juicer out, man?
Is it really happening?
That is literally transphobia.
When I go to the mall, people don't pull out their dicks, man.
No. It's rare though, but
and not even a trans. It could just be a creepy guy.
Yo, is this a male's bathroom? What the fuck is that?
Like, pretending to be.
Yes, creepy guys are. I'm in much more danger in a women's restroom from a cisgender straight creepy guy than I am a trans person.
That gives them the excuse, that's what I'm trying to say.
So do you support gender-neutral bathrooms, like women and men can go into the same bathroom? Do you think that could increase the chances of rape or assault?
They already exist. It's interesting that men are only concerned about this rape in the bathroom when we're having a conversation about trans folk.
But gender-neutral bathrooms just stem from this idea, though.
No, this idea that rape is going to suddenly go on the rise because of gender-neutral bathrooms stems from transphobia.
I'm Eden, I'm 16 years old, and I'm on the conservative teen side. I think that transitioning does more harm than good, and I think that we are—
Wait, shit, what now?
I think that transitioning does more harm than good, and I think that we are born in the body that we're given, and we should stay that way. God has created us in His image.
Who the fuck is God? Guys, I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I'm just gonna let it play.
We should change the way we are.
Owning a gun is a basic human right.
God, nobody fucking talks to me. I have no friends. Nobody fucking talks to me, and especially not fucking God. Ain't nobody talking to me. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. What?
I absolutely hate hearing about school shootings on the news and just shootings in general. It's horrible. This isn't like, Spider-Man's not going to save people. People have the right to protect themselves.
A lot of mass shooters target gun-free zones because they know there's not going to be a person who's going to fight against them or shoot them back. There's a lot of mass shootings at schools, and that's because schools have gun-free zones. I view owning a gun as a right to defend myself. You look at countries that have banned guns in the past, the USSR, Nazi Germany, you look at China under Mao Zedong, they strip their citizens of arms. And myself, you look at countries that have banned guns in the past, the USSR, Nazi Germany, you look at China under Mao Zedong, they strip their citizens of arms so they could oppress them. And I think the reason why
out of dozens and dozens of countries that have banned guns, why make these three comparisons? I think this is disingenuous, cherry-picked for the argument. I think it's just
founding fathers
makes them look like an idiot.
Enshrine the Second Amendment is because they wanted us to protect ourselves against a tyrannical government and to protect ourselves against danger around us too.
I think that from a woman's perspective, if as a woman you get into a dangerous situation, for example, with a man, having a gun and knowing how to use a gun is the only way that will protect me. Having my tiny little pepper spray won't help.
Because he's saying that what can happen if we don't. Because he's saying what can happen if we don't have a gun. A lot of things can happen if people don't have guns. Let me tell you something that sometimes when people do have guns.
Help me. If as a woman you get into a dangerous situation, for example, with a man, having a gun and knowing how to use a gun is the only way that will protect me. Having my tiny little pepper spray won't help me forever. I think definitely if you take away guns, the bad guys will always get their guns one way or another.
I live in Los Angeles, and LA has strict gun control.
Okay. So, guys, I want to make this political. It's gonna be political. I am okay being wrong about this and learning more. Okay, you should never have my opinion because I say it. Okay, this is my opinion. Okay, this is not nobody else's. I'm just saying it because I like to be vocal. Okay, it's not my opinion. What I think is that what I think. According to what you said, she said
one way or another.
I
said, oh, they're gonna get him anyway, right? I actually truly believe that if somebody wants to do something bad, right? Sometimes I feel like the amount of steps that it requires them to go through to get there, a lot of them probably don't do it or don't go through because they get annoyed or tired and they end up changing the idea, and that's just how it is. That is just how it is. If in my opinion, if people were that committed to doing crazy shit, the things that they could do to cause damage will be fucking insane. With literally I'm just saying. I just feel like, okay, from what I've seen in movies and shit, maybe the movies were wrong, okay? The things that people can create and the devices that they can make with things that they can find in places is crazy, okay? And it could cause even more damage than with a fucking firearm, okay? So I think there's the argument that, oh, dude, they're gonna get me anyway. I feel like if you add a bit more steps behind it, most people will give up and not do it. That's what I think.
I live in Los Angeles, and LA has strict gun control laws. This is my perspective of it. I think LA has become a more dangerous city, and I feel very unsafe walking down the street.
Guys, I'm saying, I'm drunk now. I'm wildin'. Okay, I'm wildin', and holy fuck, man, I want to go to McDonald's, man. Oh my god, dude, it's only 2 blocks away, Chad. It's only 2 blocks away, man. It's only 2 blocks away. I don't have a car, right? I won't go. Yeah, I could go knock to my fucking my neighbors and ask them for their car. Yeah, I could do a bunch of shit to get there, right?
Not armed. Crime is on the rise in America, and I think one of the ways to stop crime is by owning a gun.
I definitely think that there should be this control in place to who
adding more steps will maybe not do it.
Be able to go to a store and buy a gun. There should be regulations into who buys guns and who shoots a gun.
I actually debated whether or not I was going to sit down because I do believe people have the right to bear arms.
The example was weak. It's a weak example, but I think adding more steps is, and if you care that much about having a gun, you're going to go through these steps.
My issue is what kind of arms they're bearing. I believe people should get to go hunt, but do you need a semi-automatic rifle to do that? I'll tell you personally, I'm afraid of guns personally myself, but I just think there need to be stricter regulations with it.
But the majority of people who die by gunshot are women in a domestic violence situation.
Every
so
video we see, there was a semi-automatic
rifles against that.
Any gun where you pull the trigger is an automatic. It's semi-automatic.
Nobody needs them, but the most dangerous gun is the one in your home.
I do want to ask you a question. Do you think that women should have the right to bear arms to protect themselves against?
Yeah, I'm not against the right to own guns. The prompt was, do you think owning a gun is a human right?
But do you think?
And I don't agree with that.
In my perspective, I grew up in a gun-riddled neighborhood. I myself am a gun owner now because of the fact that I had to create some type of means of self-defense.
So why did you disagree?
I disagree because I would prefer not to be. I think it's not a human right as much as almost a necessity for a lot of people, and not everyone.
Wait, what about having a car? Is that a basic human right?
There's a lot of neighborhoods that are very safe, but even in a safe neighborhood, you can be robbed, you can be killed. I've been stuck up several times with a gun to my face, and all I could think of is, man, if I die, it's gonna be because I didn't have a weapon to help protect me.
Do you think that we should take away all guns from the entire world?
Yes, if there was like a magnet, like Magneto from X-Men, and he just suck up all the guns, I think that would be such a better place.
My political opinions have hurt my relationships with friends and family.
Nah, I'm good. Absolutely not. When I go to Christmas dinners, I just stop listening.
During 2020, when America got really like politically intense, and my teacher, she was very politically active, and she wanted us to speak our voices.
Not that hard.
They found out I was conservative, and they said, okay, you're completely going against what we believe. Like the whole school is very liberal, and I guess they just kind of pushed me away.
Did you feel like you would get bullied after?
I'll just get looks. Some people come up and say, you're a racist or you're xenophobic. They would tell me, oh, do you support Trump? But I just brushed it off. I told them, hey, I respect that you think like this. Please respect me.
I think that is, whether or not we have the same ideas, I think that is still an admirable quality.
Yeah.
Despite getting looks or feeling like maybe you don't belong, that you're still, you have your convictions.
Yeah.
So I can respect that you're convicted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think being liberal, we think of the right as being stuck in the sand. It's interesting to hear that liberals were not having his right opinion. I think that everyone should have their opinion.
Well, I think we're talking about issues that aren't a matter of opinion, but a matter of your morality, the value of human lives.
The
I've had to
morality?
personally block a few people on Facebook, family members.
Oh, wow.
Mostly men that are married to the women in my family. I'm like, hey, this
Yeah, to block them, you can just mute them. People need to understand that there's buttons on the computer. There's more than one button, which is kind of crazy. So you don't have to block people, you can just mute them. So you don't see their dog shit, just mute them.
conversation is really getting personal and hurtful, and if you carry on this way, I'm going to have to block you.
Were they harassing you?
I feel very harassed. Yeah, I'm belittled.
Were you ostracized, or was there someone that you...
I think on my end, it was myself. I understand people have different beliefs, and I respect that. And I think it's good for everyone to share their beliefs. That's the way we progress. But I think when people become ignorant or offensive consistently without any type of evidence or any type of backup behind that, that's the point where I say, you know what, I probably shouldn't be friends with you, because you may smile in my face, but behind my back, you have a different sentiment.
I haven't lost any relationships because me and my friends don't really dive into politics. We kind of just play video games and talk about comics together. I think if you lose a relationship over politics, that's kind of sad.
Unfortunately, it's a part of growing up.
Part of growing up?
For sure. Hopefully you
I don't need this. I disagree.
won't lose any friends, but usually as you get older, you start to see those divides a little clearer.
I mean, you guys are older than us. Was it like this going back 20 years ago?
Friends and family, I get it now.
Politics
Makes sense.
has
That makes
changed
sense.
so much, and I think you touched
Yeah, he's
on
right.
it, that now it's being associated, policy is being associated with ethics. I haven't lost any friendships or relationships because I won't allow that to happen. I believe that the majority of us, probably about 80%, are in the middle with varying degrees. And there are those people who are very, very conservative, very, very ultra-liberal, who are the outliers.
But I think it's subtle. Where you have somebody that you meet with on a regular basis, you talk with them, you have a good time. If topics get brought up, and it's a oh, okay, you're one of those. They don't tell you that to your face, but it's kind of subtle.
And also, I think with the prevalence of social media, people's opinions are a lot more out there.
I never understood why anyone posted political opinions on social media. I think it's just annoying.
Well, I have 3 kids. They know more about politics than I did when I was voting age.
That's
annoying,
pretty
yeah.
true.
I think it's very encouraging
That's
because
pretty true.
they're going to be more informed when they
Fuck, is
are
this
of
what I'm doing
voting
right now?
age.
I mean, yeah, it makes life more divisive. I mean, there's more arguments and stuff, and more relationships ending because politics is such a big part of life.
Well, I don't know
Hi,
what the
my
fuck
name
I'm
is
saying,
Scott.
so.
I am a liberal parent. I have many children. I have 4. My oldest daughter is extremely left-wing. My 2 middle daughters are roughly right in the middle there. And then Chase is conservative.
My name is Chase. I'm 19 years old, and I'm on the conservative teen side. My dad's Scott. We talk about politics, mostly gun rights and the government in the economy. We disagree, but we like hearing each other's side.
The feminist movement is overrated.
Uh-oh. Oh, lady, you want to go sit down or what? Yes, chill ass down, man. Tell us about
The
it.
reason I sat down is because feminism as we know it in social media and the marches is generally run by white women, and we don't have a lot of intersectionality. Margaret Sanger?
Margaret Sanger,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Susan B. Anthony.
Susan B. Anthony, you know, total racist. The women that headed up the suffragette movement, they were not inclusive.
Of course, yes.
And they wanted rights for white women.
That's true.
And that thread has followed us to be very exclusive.
Yeah, you know, I agree. You're not wrong. Why is she mixed matching? To black women, disabled women, women of color, indigenous women.
I don't think that feminism in America is based off racism. The reason why there's more white feminists is because there's a higher white population in America. So generally, there's going to be more white feminists because of that. Even though
she's right, I feel like the more boxes you put, the more the probability is that you're not going to check one or the. I don't know. It's a different thing.
I think that definitely in the beginning of feminism, feminists wanted votes for women, that women would be allowed to work, would be allowed to go to universities and such. I definitely agree with that, but I think that feminism has gone too far into saying my body, my choice, and saying that women are not all equal, saying that women are being suppressed by white men and such things.
Bro, get informed.
No, we got a long way to go.
You,
There's just
Fox
not
News?
enough done.
In America
CNN?
or just in the world in general?
Well, America, for sure.
I don't give
the
no
world
fuck.
in general
I
is
don't
a
give
heck
no
of a lot worse than America.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that women should be able to do everything that men can, but we also have to protect ourselves. So if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and do one of the hardest jobs on the planet, you absolutely should be able to do that. But you should also discuss with your partner and put in things into place so that you're protected if you choose to do that. Some women aren't doing that, like life insurance and
what
things
about
like that.
stay-at-home
I think
dads?
part of feminism is being able to take care of yourself.
Capitalism is failing our society.
Wait. If stay-at-home mom is one of the hardest jobs, then what would be a teacher or somebody who's the kindergartner lady? Is this the most insane job on earth?
This system that just values production, consumerism until you die doesn't work for anybody but a very, very, very small percentage of billionaires. And it's all baloney. The system is rigged to keep workers working, and the rich just keep getting richer.
Yeah, I think there could be some good in capitalism, which is like the innovation.
Wait, so does she want people not to work?
Part.
I don't get it.
But in general, capitalism definitely sucks from the poor. There's a lot of industries that definitely shouldn't have any capitalism involved at all. The medical field, it's unjust that certain people get better care than other people just because they're more financially well off. Who are they to determine the value of life? The healthcare system creates such profit, and that profit is created off the misery of others, of the illness of others, including the prison system, where you have jails that are privately owned, because at that point, what you have is a hotel, and you want to fill up the hotel. Why would there be a business that profits off of crime? That doesn't make any sense. If you put profit ahead of people, people are going to suffer, obviously.
This is so tough, though, dude.
So you said like only the billionaires succeed in capitalism, and I gotta disagree with that
because
tough, I'm the CEO of my own company. A couple months ago, I started a jewelry company, and I'm not a billionaire, but it's been relatively successful enough to I can make.
It's just a question, Joel. If you do like research in like medical and shit like that, and like medication, if you do research to create new products to help people or whatever the fuck, should you be compensated more for doing better, harder work and being like ahead of the curve or smarter, or should you, I don't know, man.
Rent and go through college a bit. So I think there's people like me.
You say yes, but then that falls into a very capitalistic thing. Then if somebody who makes a better product asks for more money, then oh no, we can't do that, right?
Who own a small business, who capitalism really benefits.
If capitalism isn't the solution, then what is the solution?
That would be a capitalistic.
You want to hear it?
Hyper-aggressive.
So the problem with democratic socialism, I mean, you talk about how capitalism hurts the middle class.
It's kind of a question.
Democratic socialism was tried. The middle class are going to be paying way more taxes, not just the rich. You see, the rich don't pay taxes because they don't work. They make money off assets.
I just feel like competition drives performance. And performance helps. And if you want the increase in performance, you have to pay money for that. I don't know.
Middle class, they work. And because they're working, they're going to pay more taxes under a proposal like Bernie Sanders or I don't know, AOC or Ilhan Omar.
I personally am okay with paying higher taxes. I would love people who make billions of dollars to pay their fair share of taxes. But increased taxes for a better situation for people overall, that is exactly what I stand for.
I'm not sure that socialism is the answer. Yugoslavia before World War II did okay, but they didn't do all that great, and they were taken over quite quickly. What I'm thinking is capitalism, although is not the best solution, is one of the best solutions for a democratic society.
Think about socialism, you think about wealth distribution. And then money becomes a very big role too, because the ones that have less money become envious of those that have more money. And then money is like, it becomes a god because you don't want anyone else to have that money but yourself. And if you, for example, look at the Scandinavian countries, they have a capitalistic market, but they have a socialist wealth distribution. And that's why it works over there. And I personally come from Europe, so I have seen that.
So you think that works?
I personally don't think that works. I think it takes a lot of money from the rich and from the middle class.
Wait, what? Wait, isn't this contradicting?
And I personally get, but they have a socialist wealth distribution. And that's why it works over there. And I personally come from Europe, so I have seen that.
So you think that works?
I personally don't think that works. I think it takes a lot of money from the rich and from the middle class.
Okay.
My name is Nathan. I'm 18 years old. I would like to ask the other side if they believe America is the greatest country in the world. If they disagree with that, I want to know what country they believe is better than America. I do believe it's a blessing and it's a privilege to live in a country that gives you the liberty and freedom and to express who you want to be.
The American dream is dead.
I think ranking countries is fucking cringe. I'm just gonna say I don't give a fuck. I don't know who's number one, who's not. I just think doing the action of rating is just dog shit.
I gotta say, I disagree with the phrase American dream. An American dream for who? You know, the Native Americans we slaughtered?
We can all agree, though. UK, definitely. Number one, the worst. I will not discuss whoever's the best, though.
The enslaved people? I mean,
Don't talk to me.
This romantic idea that there's this dream is just basically marketing for capitalism.
I'm just kidding.
You know, it's very well-funded propaganda, and has it inspired good acts and good people to do good things? Of course, because ultimately, in a large sense, humanity is good.
The American
but this
dream is kind of a
idea
joke.
of the American dream, I think, is I think the fantasy of it is being torn apart a little bit. And I think that's actually exciting because it opens up room for something better, something more inclusive to grow.
I think the phrase is kind of corny, but the idea that someone's like building themselves up in capitalism, I feel like that I kind of have done that a bit with my business. So I don't think it's dead.
I do think the American dream is dying, though. You know, the American dream now is not the same as it was 30 years ago. Have a family, buy a home, have a great job. But now it's very difficult to buy a home. Income has not increased compared to the price of a house. You know, I do think it's dying, though, but I don't think...
Yeah, it's the American dream up until you fall down the steps on ice, break both your arms, and then you have to remortgage the house to pay for the medical bills. The American dream... I don't know about that anymore now, dude.
Because there's a lot of immigrants who are still trying to come to America. America does have the highest immigrant population. 14% of our population are immigrants. We have a lot of people on our southern border, and I think they all want to come to America.
Yeah, I think the American dream still exists, and I can speak firsthand because my family came from a third world country. But so does the American nightmare. The people suffering, not just here, but also around the world due to policies, due to exploitation, due to colonization, due to a lot of issues that are directly at hand.
You understand that you can buy insurance. Thank you, man. I love the way you worded that. Perfectly for us to understand it. You can buy insurance. Thank you, man. Thank you. Good
to America. So there's a lot of blood on the United States hand. And
did you not
a lot
see
of
what
people
you wrote
don't
when you
want to
wrote
leave
it?
their home country. But the situations that have been created there are forcing people to leave. Like my mother would have loved to stay in Mexico.
You're taking the bus, you fucking moron. Did you know you could have bought a car?
due to poverty.
You could have bought a car instead, you fucking moron.
What happened in 1994, directly caused by the United
What a fucking idiot this guy is.
Issues
He's taking a bus and
created
shit.
this
Fuck his
migration.
argument.
So is it a better opportunity here? Yes, my people come here and we send our money back to our ancestors. Would we just like to stay where we're from? Yeah, that would be a much better option.
As an immigrant myself, I definitely think that the American dream still exists. We long for the opportunities that people have here in America, for the job opportunities that people have, the innovations that are available in this free market economy, this capitalist country.
So the American dream is in the eye of the beholder. If you're an immigrant or if you live here, it's different. It's going to be different.
I don't like the idea of the American dream, but I am...
Bitch ass, why do you think good jobs have fucking insurance plans and shit? It's expensive. Not everybody can... You should have everybody that can have access to medical treatment and shit without getting smoked on. You should be allowed to, if you have a mental problem, to go see a therapist without having to get another therapist for how much fucking debt you got and how much fucking stress it's giving you, dumb fuck. Why, if I'm fucking depressed, I have to go see a fucking therapist, you fucking idiot? Okay? But might as well get one for my depression, one for my anxiety. Then one motherfucker, I can't pay the fucking bills. I have to pay the other motherfucker, man. You motherfucker.
A person who's still gonna always believe in hope. If you work hard and you take advantage of opportunities.
All the while, my fucking teeth are growing all fucked in my fucking face. I can't even start speaking to my therapist, my motherfucker, because I don't have fucking dental care. Get another therapist for that. Fucking 3 therapists, motherfucker, get a bank. Dude.
You can make a difference in your life. I mean, you're an example of it. I'm so amazed by you. I think it's awesome what you're doing at such a young age. I am very, very impressed with you three. My hope for you is that you stay open-minded and that you're always willing to be learners and not just listeners.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Well, that was dog shit. Okay.